This is Nathan Hikes with the GROWMARK FS Agronomy Minute. In agriculture, like in any industry, we want to optimize our outputs, in this case yield, while we maximize our profits. However, we also have the constraint of regulations and concerns about environmental issues, like the amount of fertilizer nutrients that get into bodies of water. In the past, these two have often seemed to be at odds, meeting these goals, but really they're two sides of the same coin if we look at it through the lens of nutrient use efficiency, or NUE. Nutrient use efficiency is all about how much output, or yield, we get for every unit of input, or in this case fertilizer. So the way we calculate this is we look at the yield of a fertilized crop minus the yield of an unfertilized crop divided by the amount of fertilizer applied. So because of net background fertility, any ground will have some yield even if we don't apply any fertilizer. Or if we're looking specifically at the efficiency of some given application or some given product, we would subtract the yield we can gain without that product and then just focus on the additional yield we get from the addition of that fertilizer or the addition of that product. And then we divide that by the amount of fertilizer we applied. So this is going to be in either bushels or pounds of yield per pound of fertilizer. So we want this number to be as high as possible because for every unit of fertilizer we pay for, we would like to get as many units of yield that we get paid for. So in order to increase our efficiency, there are certain practices we can do with the fertilizer itself to make it more efficient, and then there's some additional practices or products we can use to help make the fertilizer we apply more efficient. In making the fertilizer as efficient as possible, one of the best ways to describe how we do that are the 4 R's of nutrient stewardship. Now the 4 R's are the right source, right rate, right time, and right place of our nutrients. So an example of how we might use these for nutrient use efficiency, the right source might be using a source of nutrient that's more available to the crop instead of being so bound up in the soil. Or for instance, it could be using a source of phosphorus like MAP that has some nitrogen in along with the phosphorus to help make the plant take it up more rapidly and easily. For the right rate, we want to match the rate of nutrient that the plant needs as closely as possible with the rate that we apply so that there's none wasted that we paid for that can then be lost in the environment. So we use things like soil tests, PSNT tests, chlorophyll meter readings, and NDVI imagery to determine what exactly is the need of that crop, and then based on that, we make our nutrient application. The right timing of our nutrients is especially key on nutrients that are mobile in the soil, such as nitrogen and sulfur. So for example, we can split our applications of nitrogen and put one around V5 timing when the plant uptake of nitrogen is really starting to increase rapidly, so there's less of a time difference between application and uptake to make that used more efficiently by the plant. And last, the right placement can be really key for nutrients that are easily bound in the soil like phosphorus. So instead of putting phosphorus broadcast out across the entire soil surface, if we band some of that either in a 2x2 or a deep band underground, there's a lot more concentrated area that when the plant root hits it, it's a lot easier for it to uptake that phosphorus. In addition to the 4R nutrient stewardship, there are also products that might make the nutrients themselves more efficient, such as nitrogen stabilizers that keep them in a form that's less likely to lose the nitrogen and more readily available for the plants. Or there are products such as plant growth promoters, either biologicals or some kind of hormonal product that make the plant operate more efficiently or make it more apt to take up nutrients and turn them into higher levels of yield. At GROWMARK FS, we are key proponents of the 4R nutrient stewardship in the Mid-Atlantic region, and we also have a lot of experience, a lot of expertise with looking at nutrient use efficiency and implementing products that are going to increase our nutrient use efficiency as well. So if you're interested on optimizing your outputs, optimizing the efficiency of your operation, please get a hold of your nearest GROWMARK FS location or salesperson today.